a friend of mine mentioned the possibility of visiting the Czech Village on Roatan. At first, I wasn't very excited about it. There are certainly more interesting places worth visiting. In the end, though, I was glad I went to see the Czech Village on the Caribbean island of Roatan. Well, judge for yourself.
Buenos días.
Vuelo 088 con destino a la isla de Roatán. Les pedimos un momento de su atención para el tripulante de cabina.
We flew into San Pedro Sula, Honduras, from San Salvador. In Honduras, around 2 in the morning, we had to register in an app using a QR code. Early the next morning, we flew to Coxen Hole on Roatan. The plane resembled a small bus. About 3 weeks before our arrival, a similar flight didn't make it to its destination. In the crash of a plane flying in the opposite direction from the Caribbean island of Roatan, 12 people lost their lives. Among them was, unfortunately, the popular Honduran musician and singer Aurelio Martinez. We paid him a silent tribute. You can hear a snippet of his music, unless, as usual, copyright protection has intervened. In Coxen Hole, we got into our rental car and headed to the Czech Village. Driving east along the main road for about 20 kilometers, the journey went smoothly, although the quality of the road surface gradually worsened. Within sight of the hilltop view bar and grill, we turned right off the main road. After less than 3 kilometers of driving, we arrived at our destination. Czech Village, formerly Jonesville Point Community, is a Czech-Slovak project consisting of a community of homeowners and bungalow owners on Roatan Island, located on the shores of the Caribbean Sea. Roatan Island, situated between the islands of Utila and Guanaja, is the largest of the so-called Bay Islands in the Caribbean Sea. The island is approximately 60 kilometers long and 8 kilometers wide at its widest point. Currently, Roatan is experiencing significant development and an influx of investment. Czech Village is a steadily growing group of people from Bohemia and Moravia who are building a village on the Caribbean island of Roatan. The whole idea was discovered in 2006 by Jiří Černý, who, together with his wife Mirka, began developing the Czech project. Later, Karel Sasin with Andrea, Igor Vijkoda with Helena, and gradually many other Czechs joined in. Today, there are dozens of Czech and Slovak families on Roatan, and the largest Czech community outside the territory of the Czech Republic is gradually emerging. The core project continues to grow. The neighboring Czech Village Marina and the more distant Diamond Rock are expanding the current Czech Village by approximately 75 additional properties. According to the construction capacity plans, the community could have around 160 properties by the year 2030. The Czech Village also has a Czech pub. The pub is located in a strategic spot, right behind the main gate number 2, the second building on the left. I saved my visit to the pub for the end of my walk through the Czech Village. First, I headed about 300 meters to the Trico Bar and Grill. In the same location, or actually just a little before it, is Roatan Operation Animal Rescue. Sherry Visker, an animal protector and the founder of the center, moved from New York to Santos Guardiola on Roatan in 2015. As an unannounced intruder, I was greeted by her dogs. However, they didn't protest any further against my plan to have dinner at the Trico Bar. After dinner, I then returned back to the Czech pub. By that time, it was already open. Several Czech compatriots were sitting there. So, over a beer, we chatted about life in the Czech Village. And that's how I learned.
Tak tady je veselo. Dobrý večer.
That a new public hospital, a new municipal office, and many shops and supermarkets are being built here. A new solar power plant is under construction, which will hopefully one day lower the price of electricity. The best part is that you can have almost anything built here, from a simple wooden island house to a modern minimalist villa, or even a luxurious estate with a breathtaking view of the sea. There are many construction companies on Roatan. Craftsmen usually charge between $5 and $15 per hour, depending on their qualifications. The typical monthly salary on Roatan ranges from $450 to $1,150. An advantage of Roatan Island, or rather Honduras, is the fact that foreigners can own property here. If you buy a plot of land up to 3,000 square meters, you can own it as an individual. Probably the biggest advantage of this location is the proximity to the town of French Harbor, which is situated in the center of the island. Here you'll find everything you need for daily life: shops, banks, the Samisa Hospital, restaurants, and a variety of services. At the same time, we are surrounded by nature, and thanks to the ever-present golf paths that are also open to the public, we can go for walks with a stroller here. The inhabitants of Roatan are divided into three groups. The first are Hondurans who came here from the mainland in search of a better life. The second are black people, Garifunas, descendants of slaves brought here by the English. The Garifunas maintain their traditions, dancing and drumming, playing conch shells, and dressing in traditional African costumes. The third, and growing, group are immigrants from the USA, Canada, and Europe, most often people spending their retirement years here.
Oh